Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day today, and in this video we're going to be doing a review for Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, which came out in 1984. Now this was an interesting one where the last movie had left off with Spock's death. They decided they did not want Spock to die, they wanted him to come back for more movies, and it was actually a really good idea for them to have Leonard Nimoy direct this. Because if people found out his involvement in this project, they would have figured out that Spock was for sure coming back. But by having him direct this, it's made it seem like since he's not acting anymore, he's going to be the director, so he can still be involved in these Star Trek projects. Which was a genius move until you realize that the title of the movie is The Search for Spock, so it pretty much hints that he's coming back. So that definitely kind of ruined the surprise for people. But maybe if they saw it in theaters in 1984 and they didn't read the title of the movie, they probably got a pleasant surprise. Anyways, like the other Star Trek movies, the cast in here is good as usual. I mean, at this point, their roles had just come off very naturally. I mean, they must have been so used to them at this point. They'd played the characters in the TV shows and 2 other movies, so it was just on spot as usual. The acting was pretty good. And what was really neat was this movie introduced a Christopher Lloyd character as the villain, and he was definitely a lot of fun seeing him in this role. And I also got to say, what they were able to do with the outer space battles and that kind of stuff, the visuals were actually pretty good for the time. So I thought that was pretty impressive. And then as for this story, I mean, on a story level, it goes along pretty smoothly. It doesn't just rush and have Spock in there at the beginning of the movie. It actually waits till the end of the movie for him to like fully come back. And I like the way they did it of him being a youngster again and then growing up really rapidly, similar to the planet that they're on. And it also feels like there's actually stakes, like you have Kirk's son sacrificing himself. And like the other Star Trek movies, they're able to have some deep themes in these science fiction adventures. And there's actually been this thing that, in terms of the original Star Trek movies, the one with the even numbers were good and the odd numbers were bad, making this a bad movie. But I actually think this one is pretty decent. It's not on the same level as some of the other Star Trek movies, but at the same time, it's not like as bad as the first Star Trek movie by any means. And it seems like just a really good continuation, especially like as a bridge between the Wrath of Khan and then the voyage home. It definitely gets the job done of bringing Spock back in between there. And just all the other character development is also done really well. And as I already said, it's very cool visually. So overall on the quality scale of 0 to 100, I'll give it a 77%. And I would definitely recommend this if you're a fan of Star Trek. But if you've already seen the movie, let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.